Good morning, it's Tanny the Canadian Stamper. Happy Saturday morning. It's July 22nd, 2023. And it's a beautiful summer day here in Victoria, BC, Canada. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I don't know if I just said that. You know how you've been doing something for so long and then you just start doing it and you don't even remember what you're saying. It's such old routine habit. I absolutely love my Saturday morning lives. I've gone back to work now full time, so I'm doing masters in business admin and working, and so this live in particular is like my little happy moment for the week for sure. So sorry about the glare there on my glasses. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna do, it's kind of a simple card, and I thought, well, let's just go right from the basics, like cutting the card base and getting everything organized to make this card and how the elements come together. So good morning, Terry and Marie. So let's flip you around and get rolling. I will flip you and we will get ready to go. There we go. All right, so we're gonna use these dies. These are called the Countryside Corners dies. And we're also going to use the sentiment, I think, thank you from this one, from Good Feelings. And then some tools that we're going to use are, this was a free download. I should probably put the link in there again. It's to help sort of build the layers. And then this is also a download, my newsletter download. I think it's a free PDF that you print. And here are all the colors, all the current Stampin' Up colors. And then today we're going to use Misty Moonlight, and then these are colors that match is what I use this for. Usually I put them on a ring and stuff. I just haven't done that yet. So I want to add an accent piece to my Misty Moonlight, so it might be maybe one of these colors, but we'll decide later. And we're also going to use this punch, the Bogue punch, for some leaves. So let's get going. So we're going to do a regular card base. Oh, I guess I should bring up your comments, shouldn't I? And I think this might be the only crafting I'm doing for the whole day, the whole weekend, maybe. Oh, there I am. Hello, everybody. So we all know that you can do two, good morning, Kate. You can do two card bases from one sheet. So this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So you could cut it this way, like this, at 5.5, and then you're going to go 4 1/4. So half this way, and then score going this way. So there's one card base there, and then you fold it. So you get two card bases out of one. But then watch this. We're going to take another piece of cardstock, and it's an 8.5 by 11, but now we're going to go this way. So we're going to go at half, which is 4 1/4, which is half of 8.5. We go this way, and then instead of cutting at 5.5, we're going to score at 5.5 going this way. So get the cutting blade out of the way, and we're going to score. And then you've got a top fold card. So that's the way you can make two different bases out of an 8.5 by 11. So you could do a card this way, or you could do a card this way. This doesn't look right. Hang on a moment. I think I cut my base wrong. Oh my gosh. Rookie move. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, I think I cut it at 6. It was supposed to be at 5.5. 5.5 by 4 1/4. I think I did 6. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's early. I cut it at 6 instead. That's totally fine. There we go, that looks better. So two ways to make card bases. And I think for this one, let's do a top fold because we don't do those a ton. So there's my top fold. Now, here's this tool because I want to put a layer over the front of this. So what I do here, so this, I put it on a ring. This is just scrap white paper. And then this first layer, which I call it here first layer, 4 by 5 1/4. And I know that's gonna go, it'll be 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So, I mean, if you craft a lot, you'll have this first layer probably memorized, but let's say you're like, well, I want a little bit more. So then flip to layer 2, just to see what that's gonna look like. And then you have more. And then let's say you have this one, but you wanna have another different color layer at a smaller. You could take this and go, yeah, that's good. I like that, whatever. So this is what I use it for. And then it's got the sizes on there so we can cut. So for this project, my slips on, you blame your slips on the heat, Pam? Maybe. It is, okay, so I'm gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna cut it at 4 by 5 1/4, my next color. I need to turn the air conditioning on. I am privileged to have air conditioning and I don't know how to turn it on. I have to phone somebody to ask because I don't know. Okay, so this is a scrap piece of crumb cake and I'm cutting it, I'm looking over here to my left and it's got 4 by 5 1/4, so that's what I'm cutting. Okay, so my screen went blank again. I wish that wasn't a thing that happened with Facebook. One moment, please. Technical difficulties. Okay, I did 5 1/4, so now I'm gonna go, excuse me, by 4. So I've got the windows open. It's a beautiful breeze, which is sometimes nicer than air conditioning, in my opinion. As long as the breeze is cool. There. So there's that. Okay, I can't see myself because so maybe comment if you can't see me, like if I'm not in the camera or whatever, you'll let me know. Okay, so there's that. So I think we're done with our cutter for now. So there's our base. Let's just bone. So this is a bone folder and you're just creasing your base. You're creasing that line so that it sits and it's a nice crease. So that and that. Now, we're also finished with this. So that just goes and lives on my table. And so let's get out designer series paper. So I'm gonna use Earth and Elegance is the DSP, designer series paper, DSP. I'm gonna use this blue one because it matches here. Just drop my white piece. All right, so now we're gonna do country side corners. Let me show you the idea that we're going with here. So here's our base. And what I want to have happen is, hi Gail. Oh my gosh, Gail, are you back from your world adventure? I can only see the comments on my cell phone. I just saw it popped up. Oh, Christine, thanks. You say I'm good. We can see it. Oh, I can see myself for just a hot minute. Okay, so these are countryside corners. They're nesting dies. And what I want to do is I want to cut, but I only want half of it to come onto my page like so. And then I think I might do the next one down. It's going to be my sentiment. So here's I think I'm going to use this. So I want to just measure before I get all excited here with my, see that thank you's not going to fit on my white. So maybe if I do white, see I have to do white on this one. All right, I can live with that. So we're going to cut 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be my white, which is going to be here. Ooh, is that going to fit? Just. And then just finding my miscut piece. Just gonna cut this a bit to so it fits through my machine. I think it'll fit this way. I actually don't even need the whole thing, but whatever, let's just do a whole piece. And then we can maybe cut it in half and use it for 2 cards. So that's that one. And then designer series paper for the big one. So if you're not going to make 2 cards out of this, you don't have to do a whole you could just do like part if you wanted to save some paper, because we're only going to use part of it. We just want it as an accent piece to the side. All right, now here's our mini. Gail, you're back from Europe. Love it. Hopefully you're not too jet-lagged. All right, sorry folks, we got to do these one at a time, I think. So this is, if you're not familiar, this is a mini stamp cut and emboss machine. So we're going to make a sandwich, and then we're going to run it through like so. The camera's going to shake because it's attached to my desk. Don't worry about the cracking. It's totally normal. Boom. That's what happens there. Let's do this one. Okay, so let me live vicariously through you, please, and showcase what you're doing on a Saturday, a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the summer. I hope someone is going to a lake and is gonna lay out in the beautiful sun. Ooh, is this one gonna fit? Yes. Or sunscreen. I will be, I'll be studying. I bet you could have guessed that. I'm almost done though. We officially reached the 1 year mark. Whoops. My stamp attached to that. Of my schooling. So I have 6 months left. Just think of all my free time I'll have at the end of it all. I think this is all I need out of this little machine. All right. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna abandon the base for a minute because I want to build on here. Because I want these to nest on this edge, not the blue edge. You know what I mean? That's gonna go like this. So now you could go right and snug it up, but I want a little bit more of that designer series paper to come through. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it kind of dry. What's on my paper? I got a sticky on there. Like, honestly, it's really a sticky. Okay, we're gonna, maybe the white will cover it. This and this and this. Gotta come in a bit. So it's always good to do it a little bit, what I call dry. Yep. That's how it's gonna go. I just wanna mark it. So I kind of have an idea. So we're gonna glue. What glue shall we use? We're gonna use wet glue because it's my fave. Where's my pokey tool? Gail's chilling at home, doing gardening work, hanging by the pool. Girl, you've got a pool? Jealous. Shoot, I can't really see my mark on this one. One moment. Yeah, you knew that, right? So I was thinking about my live and I thought, you know, I wonder when I make mistakes if they're like, you know how you watch sports and you're like, no, don't do it. Or yeah, you can do it. And you're screaming at the TV, not screaming, but talking to the TV. I wonder if you guys talk to me and you're like, no, you won't be able to see the mark. Shoot, stand by. This mark I can see. So remember the title of this live, Simple Card. Simple Cards by Tanya. Not so simple. I'm just trying to line up the glue and all my bits. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. So close. There we go. Crisis averted. So I do kind of want to, I'm just lining this up on my edge of my table because I want it to be straight. That's pretty straight. All right. I do. You know what, Janice? I think after a couple of years of doing this live, it's kind of a funny thing. If you do lives or if you do videos, sort of one-way communication, it's kind of like talking to yourself. Well, it is. It's exactly like talking to yourself. Because while I can read your comments and stuff, I'm essentially just kind of amusing myself. I don't talk to myself when I'm crafting by myself, though. That would be weird. Okay. So these little, I recommend these little notches. Look at that. This is going to cover up my stickiness on the blue there. So I do recommend this Tombow, just any kind of wet glue over, say, this kind of glue, unless you're super fancy and can get this down in the first go. Okay. I do talk to myself a little bit, Christine. I think the key is that as long as you don't answer yourself, you're good. Okay, so I don't hate this idea, like this one. I think you could, I don't know. You could keep those, maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to keep them. We're moving on. Do you guys keep scraps? You must keep your scraps somewhere. Every good crafter does. I'll use that sometime. And then you end up with a plethora of bits. All right, so we're so close to being done already. That's right, Christine. If I answer myself, I get the right answer. It's really true. You're funny. Okay, so I have my, okay, so if you're new to stamping, welcome, but let me just help you out. Stamps, reusable. These are red rubber. So on it, when you get the stamp, when they're brand new, you put these stickers on it. And I just got a little bit of something on there. And so what you do, stand by. I'm trying to pull out, oh, it's a wet wipe, but it's not wet. Oh my gosh, it's the last wet wipe in my bin. Well, that's what live will do for you. So here's a couple of things. So let me finish. Red rubber, you stick it to this block, and then when you're finished, you clean it, and then it goes back in the case and you use it, and it lasts forever and always. Now, here's a moment where you would have been like, well, Tanya, if you glue that white to your project, then you're going to have to stamp on your project. And if you mess it up, then you mess up your whole card. So that's where we're at right now. It's a stressful time, folks, for stampers, because I got one shot at this. I can't mess it up. I got to nail it in the first go. So tap, tap gentle on your ink pad. We're using, what is this? Misty Moonlight. So the cardstock is Misty Moonlight. This is Misty Moonlight. It's all matchy-matchy. Hashtag love Stampin' Up for matchy-matchy. All right, no, okay. Here we go. Wow, that's, okay, let's just do it. Don't be afraid. Line it up on a straight edge and go. Straight up, straight down. Don't overthink it. Just paper. We'll redo it. Oh, you know what you're all saying? Nailed it. Yes. It's really dark. I love it. We're keeping it. All right, let's do ribbon. So natural twine. It's my fave. It's more than I need, but let's just, so we're gonna do a double bow. So make a loop. There's lots of different ways to make bows. You do you, how you want to do your bow. So I am not fancy enough to be able to do two, like a double bow together. So I should probably learn how to do that. I feel like I've said that before. It's just not something I remember until I'm in the middle of making a bow. There we go. Thanks for cheering me on, folks, with my stamping. You've all been there. You're like, shoot, I shouldn't have glued that down. Not to worry. All right, so now we're gonna get some glue dots into this action. My ribbon is thin, so I'm taking a glue dot and we're just gonna put these together. And one more. So we're all friends here with our bows. We're gonna stick it together and then boom, double bow. Okay, it looks like a bit like a hot mess, but just trust me. Give me a moment. Yeah, let's do one more. Sure, why not? So this one's going straight down and it's a bit like the surface is bigger, so I'm not gonna roll my dot. You'll know when you gotta roll your dot. So we're gonna go there. Now, oh, I forgot my standby. Forgot to put in my, whatchamacallit, my greenery that's not green. Let's just see what this is about. So here's another, see what I've done here? Now I've glued this down and I've committed. And now I want to put something in here. Don't worry, folks. We got a fix for that. So I'm just lifting up the edge of this and it's not going in. Actually, let's just not fight it. So what you could do, just if this happens to you, so where's my take? So this is to take your pick tool. I'm using the paddle end. And what you can do is you can just sort of loosen up your glue, whatever layer you want that to go on. And actually in retrospect, I feel like I would have popped the sentiment section up. There. So now I've got a little bit of a space for this to go. And I would cut this versus trying to jam your paddle all the way in to force this. You don't need it to, really, I care about this up here. So you could just snip that and tuck, snip and tuck. Yep, that's a thing. Snip and tuck, folks. Snip and tuck. But I think actually, I don't hate that. I actually kind of like it on the outside. But I don't like the blue. So, where's my thing? I might go Old Olive. Good old olive. So this is how I keep my paper. My scraps. Let's just see what happens. Oh my gosh, I like it. What do you guys think? Excuse me, blue or Old Olive? Okay, one moment. I'm just trying to get it under there. And then I think of blue. What do you think? I think I like green. Don't say blue because I like green. Old Olive. Oh, Christine, you and your mix matched colors. Whatever I like, you're usually opposite. Girl, I'm going to go green. I got two Old Olives, one blue. I got a little blue. So to adhere this, you could go super light on the wet glue, or you could do a glue dot with the blue. Yes, Pam, that's exactly. Gail, I think the blue does get lost a little bit just because I have so much blue on there. But if you were doing, I think it's called a monochromatic card, then you'd want to maybe go blue. So see how super light I am? If you get excited there with the glue, it's going to ooze and it's going to be a thing, and we don't want that. So when you're putting it in here, you don't really want to slide so much because you don't want the glue to smear. So you want to kind of put it down where it's going to live. Love it. So now this one. Oh, Kate, I didn't see your comment, Kate, that said, oh, Kate said blue in all caps there. Sorry, ladies. I guess that's the beauty of being the one doing the project is. But thanks for your input. I did put a little bit of blue in there. I do like the little pop of green. But there you go. You also can make your cards and put it with blue. All right, so let's just throw some bling on there because bling. So maybe these, I don't think I have any, what are we, Misty Moonlight? I don't think I have any Misty Moonlight dots. Do you guys, how do you guys store your, well, that might be nice. I don't know. It's overwhelming, really, the amount of dots. I think I might go rusty. Okay, rusty or sparkly. Stand by with the sparkly. There. Sparkly or rust? You're so offended by the green. Kate. You're going to have to take a moment. You're just going to have to do some meditation and get over it after my live. You're offended. Rust. Gail, rust. Oh, Janice, sorry, girl. I'm getting rust vibes from the crowd. I might compromise with you, Janice. I'm going to do 2 rust. And then maybe one of these on our little exclamation point. Come here, you. There we go. Yeah, that's good compromise, right? Okay, I want one more rust. There's a single. Oh, the single lettuce. I'm gonna go a little. There's no real rhyme or reason where this stuff goes. No. Sure, let's just stick with that. All right. All right, that's it. So, as usual, I made a few, I won't call them errors, but in hindsight, what I would have done differently and how I would have done it with my layers. I would have popped them. And I don't hate this with the greenery being out here. Like, I think it's fine. If you don't, obviously, if you don't like that, you could, now you know how to, you can, if you made the whoops, you can still get in there. Kate, you should try meditation. I love it. There's a guy named Kenneth Soares, S-O-A-R-E-S, I think, Kenneth. He's my guy for meditation on YouTube. I like his voice. Okay, there's the card. Now, if you wanted to get fancy, you could do stuff on the inside. Sometimes you want to put a white panel in here to do your sentiment, whatever you want to say. I don't think this is, you could get away. I'm not going to put it in here because it's light enough. There it is. There's a card for today. I so appreciate you all joining me for Saturday morning crafting. I'm off to study now. I hope you have an awesome Saturday. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.